Hello, I'm JollyGrim, and this is a rapid recap of the Crowfall developer Ace QA livestream for October. This month's QA was mainly about 6.2 and the major overhaul of races, classes, promotion trees, and disciplines. 6.2 was stated to be weeks, not months, which was the refrain from 6.1, so with bugs and setbacks realistically probably about 4 weeks. There may have to be a wipe of characters, including vessels, when 6.2 hits, but there's probably not going to be a passive skill tree wipe. Hopefully this potential wipe will not cause another chilling effect in interest in testing between now and 6.2, and the developers have asked for increased participation on the test server. Prior to 6.2, there were already a ton of choices between classes, promotions, and disciplines, but many of those choices weren't responsible choices for most players. Some choices were so bad they weren't viable, and some choices were so good they were mandatory. There's a new layer of complexity being added to character choice. Thus far, a character was comprised of a race, a class, a promotion, and discipline choices. Now there will also be a choice of domain within the promotion portion of the talent tree. This domain will be exclusive with other domain choices within the talent tree. In 6.2, the roughly 32 major disciplines are being expanded to over 100 disciplines. There will be a Crowpedia in-game that helps describe all of the disciplines and effects so that you don't have to buy each discipline to try it to see what it does. Currently, some major disciplines have a lot of active skills and others are largely passive. But in 6.2, major disciplines will usually have 2 active skills and 2 passives. Major disciplines in 6.2 will actually have better stats as they go up in quality. The largest block of time in the QA today was spent going through the 6.2 Ranger tree. Rangers have been given a lot of love, with the promise that every other class has been given similar amounts of love in 6.2. Rangers have been branded the anti-stealth class. For instance, they have gained the ability that gives them a passive chance to apply fairy fire with every attack, so stealthing away is less viable. Also, ranger traps are now hidden, which makes them immensely better. On the topic of traps, you now apparently have one trap type that has all of your unlocked trapped abilities in that trap. The example given was that if you unlock stun and bleed in your traps, your trap does stun and bleed now. The trap master promotion has been moved from brigand to warden, I believe, with new abilities like auto-dropping a trap on attack for a time when a certain skill is used. I feel like in large-scale, possibly lower FPS battles in early 6.2, invisible traps, as described, might litter the battlefield, but we'll see. For smaller groups of friends relying on stealth to be an equalizer in campaigns to larger guilds, now you can run into invisible traps and not be able to re-stealth, completely invalidating your ultimate ability, which generally didn't work anyway. So, another design decision detrimental to smaller groups and stealthing groups. On the topic of exploration and crafting, there are now a couple of new nodes in the passive skill tree for crafting. In 6.2, crafting disciplines are exploration disciplines, not major disciplines. Weaponsmithing and armorsmithing are now separate disciplines. There will be a chance to get new crafting disciplines while crafting, and there will be a rare exploration discipline that unlocks an equipment slot, which allows for new recipes and more efficient recipes. And now for everything else. EKs were supposed to have a lot more chest slots. The low number was never intended. Forts are not getting nerfed per se, but they were spawning rare materials and bonus quantities sometimes, which was a bug. The developers noted a few times that the teams working on design and performance are largely separate, and performance work is unabated by these design changes. October backer rewards have a small stat increase in game, the dragon head has 2% damage increase, and another one reduces crafting difficulty a bit. And last but not least, Crowfall would still really like you to buy the collector's edition of their game, which is available in the store. Thanks for stopping by to watch this recap today. I'd like to be real for a minute. With waning interest in the current phase of testing among my circle of friends, I'll probably be making less Crowfall content. We're leaning into some games that have a slightly better ratio of doing PvP versus prepping for PvP. I know that I've received a lot of thank you messages, though, for these rapid recaps for people that can't watch the monthly QA, so I'll probably continue making them. I'd love to hit 100 subscribers to have a better URL on YouTube, so if this video was helpful, please click like and subscribe. It helps out a ton, and more folks will be able to see the video. This is JollyGrim signing out. Good hunting.